Hello everybody, how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Right guys, I hope you had a wonderful evening yesterday and I hope you all kept warm. We got snow here in the UK, around 10 inches of it. So it was quite heavily coming down last night. So this morning I've had to clear the pathway for when I get deliveries coming, so the gentleman or lady doesn't slip. So excuse me, I've still got the chesty throat and infection. So anyway, today I'm going to do a half moon wreath or a crescent shaped wreath. I'm doing it, as you probably just saw, in emerald green and gold. I've had a request if I can do something, whether it be a swag or a wreath, in gold and emerald green. The lady wasn't bothered with this, how, or she didn't give me any specific instructions on what she'd like. She just said, as long as it's emerald green and gold. And when she said that, I was, a lady with my own likings and true to heart. I love emerald green and gold, as you know, guys. So I've got out the crescent shaped wreath that I've got. I've made a bow with the velvet green with gold stitching around the edge, and then some gold frayed ribbon where it's all fraying on the edge. And I've got this tulle ribbon. I've left the others out because I wanted to show you how I do it. But I've attached this in gold as well, just to give it a little bit of an extra interest, so to speak. I've left my tail ends quite long. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I've just turned the gold one over instead of dovetailing it with it having gold on the opposite side. I thought I'd finish it off showing a bit of gold on the green, and I've just turned the edge in under there with a slight little curl, nothing more. So I've done the back loops at 6 inch, 6 inch, then the other green ones at 5.5 inch, then the gold ones I did at I think 5.5 inch as well, and the green one in the center I did at 3. The length of this tulle ribbon was 10 inches for this side. I've got, if I just move one at 16 inch and the other one at 10 inch, because I want to put another 10 inch one at the top as well. It comes on a roll like this. I've been trying to use this roll up, but it comes on a roll like this, and all I did was measure it like you would deco mesh, measure it out, and I've cut 10 inches, and all I'm going to do is fold it in half like so and cut up the sides where the folded edges with my scissors. And then I'm going to just crisscross like so. I don't want it like that, just going down. I want to crisscross to give it a little bit of movement. Then I just pinch and gather at the top about 1 inch away from the top, and I just twist it to give it that extra hold. Then I get a pipe cleaner, well, you can get a pipe cleaner or a floral wire or a cable tie, and just attach it again like you would with your bows. And then I've cut a bit of floral wire in half, as you can see. I'll place that through the cable tie, and then I will just pull tight straight away. I'm not making any loops on it or anything like that. Then I snip the excess off, And then with the wire that's there, I just twist a couple of times just so I've got something for it to go into the wreath. And then I just get one of the pieces of wire and wrap it around the other one like that. And just do that. And there's my stem. And then I put a bit of glue on and pop it in my wreath. So let me just do that. Let me just figure out, I know I wanted it somewhere. I think it was somewhere around here. Yes. So then I dip it in the glue, or put a bit of glue on from your glue gun, and then place it in where you'd like it to sit. And that's how I've done it. I've already pre-cut the longer ones, and I'm going to do exactly the same with the longer ones, but I want them here with these tail ends. So I'm going to cross them over. If I just move that wreath out of the way, again, cross them over. Instead of like a cross like that, I place it like an L shape, like so. So there's nothing sticking up at an angle at the top. Pinch together. Just twist a little bit. Oh, I think there's a delivery, guys. One moment. I knew we was going to get disturbed. One moment. I'm walking around holding this. Right. And so I attach it to the cable tie around it again. Just pull. And then get a bit of floral wire. And then pull tight. Cut that excess off. Then twist my floral wire. Again, just a couple of times. We don't need it too much. And then get one of the wires to wrap around the other one, just like that, going down. I don't need the stem that long. So there we have our longer one. And I want that one coming here. So we'll dip that one in the glue as well. Let's just, do I have it underneath in the center? Oh, I may have it actually underneath. Changed my mind already. And just place that up as well. I'll try and sit it on top of the green so it bounces off of the green ribbon. And I'm going to just put an angle on the end. Like this, and just cut diagonally. And I'll do that on the others. I don't want a long, a really big point. Just a small one. If I can, this one. Just to finish it off. So I just put my rubber band around this. tell you, the rubber band companies won't go out of into liquidation with me. I'm constantly buying them. So I've mixed in the tulle ribbon with now the green as well, and the long tail ends. So we have it like that. So I wanted to show you that first before we go through. Oh, excuse me. I can see a little bit of the tulle ribbon where I've twisted it at the top, sticking through the back. I don't want to see that. So now we will go through what we're going to use. And I'm going to start off with these poinsettias, guys. I love them. I've not used them yet. I've had them a few weeks and I've still not used them. But when the lady said emerald green and gold, excuse me, this gave me the option. Look at those. Aren't they divine? They are just wonderful. I've got a tickly cough. One moment. Let me just have a drink. So I love them. Again, I know somebody who likes the, who would love this colour. But they are fabulous. I ordered them and I've been waiting a while for the delivery. They did go out of stock. So then I had to shop elsewhere and they was much more expensive. So it got to the point where I went back to the company and they said they're getting some more, but I'm going to have to wait. So I placed the order and I just had to wait for them. They took, I think, about 5.5 weeks just to get them. So I could have shipped them from abroad. Anyway, so we've got those. And then I've just got out, because I was looking at the gold things I've got, and these these hydrangeas look better with the poinsettias, and I thought that is super. So we're going to use those. There's not a lot of, that's the only floral we have, guys. Other than that, we haven't. I've got a feeling my cat will come because I think my husband's home and he will let him out. Anyway, I've got some of the tree pine, and these aren't scraps. Somebody sent me a private message saying, am I always using scraps? No. I did reply to them. What it is, when I get a delivery of whatever I order, apart from flowers, it's just mainly in greenery. I keep quite a few long stems, but then I get at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 sometimes, stems, and I chop them down into different sizes. It's basically for when I do videos that yourselves aren't going to be sat there watching me chopping away. So I like to get some down. And plus, if I'm not doing a video, at least I know I can grab them and they're already cut down. I don't do it again, like I say, with everything. It's just mainly greenery. So I cut them down, and it's what I call oddments. I cut them down ready for when I have a project and I'm going to use them. So that's all I do. I've got some ivy. Again, this was on a garland. I think it was a 9-foot garland. I can't quite remember now. But I have ordered another 2 garlands. And I've placed them on the single picks. They did on the garland just have 1 leaf in its own place, but I've put 2 together just to fluff it up a little bit so it doesn't look too scarce. So we've got that. I've also got this tree pine out, the rubbery one, again, because I do love this. And for the movement, I thought, and the soft rubbery texture against this tree pine that's really rough and, hard. Well, not hard. It's you can manipulate it and move it and bend it. it's just a rough texture. This is really rubbery and soft. So I want different textures. Now I have got these, I can't remember what these are called. I've just got these and I love them. They are waxed. They're very similar to the lamb's ear, but not the same texture, meaning in colour. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single leaves like that on one stem. So 7 sprigs. So you could pull them off and place a pick on them and use them individually, or just cut the one stem in half and use it as filler foliage, or just use the full stem. It's to your desires, guys. Right, I've also got out some cypress leaves with a bit of, flocked. So I thought we could have some snow on it with, being for Christmas. Got fluff on from my jumper. So I have got them out. I don't know how many I've got. I think 7 I grabbed. But they come on the, singular in a pack. They're not on a bunch or anything. Now I've cut 3 more of these down as well, just for a bit of fullness. I'm not going to chop these down. I quite like them as they are full. They're like a little tree with the little tiny pine cones on. I tell you what, there's fluff everywhere. It keeps catching on me. But with the little tiny pine cones just popping through the top. And I thought we could add those in for a bit of fullness with them being quite chunky. I've also got out my conifer, and again, it might sound repetitive, guys, that I'm constantly using it, but for this time of year, as much as it's an all year round, it looks fabulous on Christmas arrangements, and I swear by this. I can't get enough of it. It's something that I've not lost interest in. You know how sometimes you purchase something and you might use it a bit too much, and then you feel that, oh, you're fed up of it. I can't get that feeling with this. I love this. So we've got that. Now I have got some, these are scraps. These, some little bits of gold holly with a few little like buds on the, incorporated in it as well. I thought I may cut a few down and just stick them on the front, something like that, because they're not long enough to go round the side. I've also got out just 5, I think I picked 5. Now these, again, I've cut these down off the main stem, and I've trimmed them down because they were really quite long. So I've cut a few of the pines off of them, or the little spiky needles. I've cut some of those off each of them. So because I didn't want them that long. So I have sorted these ones out before I started. So we've got those. And finally, now I love these. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I just got 2 stems out. Let me just open it up. If I can. I have got beautiful, laurel. Isn't that lovely? Now I usually like to use bay leaves, but I'm going to use some gold laurel today, guys. And you can't put these on picks. They won't allow you. It's just on the main stem. So you either cut them in half or use them, or just cut them down here, or use the old pick, the old stem as it is. Again, it's your choice. So we're going to use some laurel. They do come like that. You just have to open them up. So we've got gold laurel as well. So that's what we're going to do today. So let me just have a drink. Sorry if I start coughing, guys. I just, once my tickly cough starts, that's it. It just doesn't want to stop. So, here we have our wreath. I've already put a piece of rope on it or cord on it for our hook. It's a light brown, so it blends in all right. Otherwise, I may have put something like a green one on or white, depending on the colour of what I'm doing. So, first of all, I want to place in our cypress, flocked cypress leaves. I want these at the back, I think. Let's take those off. Let's take these off with the pine cones on as well. And let's just have a quick look. I've tried to also fluff these up as well. I don't know if there's a back and oh yeah, there is a back. Silly me. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I've only cut 3 of these off of one stem. So let me just manipulate them a little bit. That one's turning the wrong way round. Or am I? Oh, yes. How silly of me. So let's just make an angle on the stem. These are quite weighty. Now I'm considering going all the way with this. So I may leave a space for the cypress leaf and then push that in like so. And then I want one of these coming out from here also. I think my glue's not high enough. It's a bit thick. Bit of movement in it. And then the other one. And then I'm going to go. Oh, I just put my hand in the glue. And I'm going to go around here with this one as well. And I'm going to just get it to slightly bend a little bit. So let's just have a look. That one looks a bit too far. So let's pull it out, guys. Remove the glue. Don't want that. Let's shorten the stem. Oh, I've got a bit of a twig. So we'll place that here instead. I think. Oh, isn't it hard when you're not as tall? Got a little bit of a prongs, little stick in there. We'll get that off. Let's just make sure I got all the glue on the back. Yeah. Yes, so like that. So then I'm going to place in our cypress leaves, and I want one here to mix in with our pine needles. And I'm going to go maybe place two in between the others. We'll just have a look. So we'll go behind this and place that on there. Like that. Just fluff some of them up again. I'm going to just turn it around for this side. So we've got it like that. And then I want to place here, between this centre here and here, I want to place in two. It doesn't always have to be one. You can place in as many as you feel is needed. It's just fluffing it up. Oh, the swag that I did behind me here with the big jewel or gem, it's sold, guys. It sold last night. So that's gone, but I've got to hang on to it, and I had a feeling but wasn't sure. My sister's had it. She's terrible. She loves flowers, artificial flowers, and she is terrible. It's not even her colour scheme what she's got, but she wants it now, and she's going to pack it away because next year she's doing her colour scheme in pinks and silvers, and she doesn't want anybody, well, I say anybody, she doesn't want it to go and miss out with the opportunity. So it's gone. So I don't know how long she'd like me to hold on to it. But, oops, I'm going to have to remove that glue off that ribbon. Let's just get it. There we go. So, yes, she fell in love with it as soon as she saw it. She was telling a friend or a neighbour that next year she wants to go pink and silver. She says, and then she watched my video. She says, and oh my good gracious me, and you've done a pink and silver swag. She says, I've just got to have it. So I just laughed at her. She's terrible. Let's place now this one in. I'm going to bring that forward so that can just slightly go under. Like so. that's it. I've got one left and I don't know whether to bring it and mix it in with that pine needle. Let's just see. With it being a slightly bit longer, I could do. Just mix it in with it. So then I've used all 7. So there we have it. Look at all the snow. Oh, the garden looked beautiful with all the snow. It looks really Christmassy. Right, let's get our gold peacock feathers in. As you can see, I've cut off some of these spiky bits all down here. Just make that shorter. And let's see, do I bring it? Because we've got the laurel. So I may bring these at the back with them being slightly tall as well. And just place one there and bend it down so it's looking like it's going down. And then I'm going to put one here and bend it up so it looks like it's meeting up. So I'll just bend that a little bit more. Let's just cut. I have to keep looking to see which is the front and the back, because you can barely tell. So let's get this one in. I'm bringing it down and then bending it up. I don't want it just straight up. So I want it like that. You could place something on there hanging, or whether it be bells or cowbells, just hanging from here, perhaps just one on its own, or 2 or 3, or you could place, let me think, some pearls or anything like that dangling down, or a little bit more ribbon, some more tail ends. We may do that if I feel it's needed. Which side is? Now that just looks like that side. I'm going to go that side. So I've got 5 of these. So 1, 2, then I'm going to have 1 around the centre. They're all the same size. Front, back. So I'm going to bring that in with that. That's too big. I may chop that, I think, just a little bit more. Oh, if I can get it out. Let's just take that glue away. And this on the stem. So I'm just cutting a few more of these spikes off. You can either pull them off or cut them like I am with your cutters or your pliers. Shorten the stem as well. go in a different place so it's not the same and build up a lot of glue. And then I'm going to bring one down here. Like so. Just make sure it's not come through. No. So we've got that one there as well. So that's that one. Now, I have to try and make my mind up which one I want in first. So I'm going to take those apart. And those. Place them there. And then these as well. So I can just have a look, a sneaky look of what may be. I've left, I think, a couple, whether it be 2 or 3, I can't quite remember in this bunch. Oh, there's 3. Have I got 3? Because I could do that, but I think that would be a little bit too much. So let's snip that off. Bring those behind as well and have them slightly taller, because with the peacock feather being higher than these, I want something to meet up with the height of the peacock feathers. So we'll do that with these. And just manipulate them. They are wired right to the tip. I keep seeing, oh, it's here. I thought I saw a glue string. Just cut that plastic off. I'm going to bring one down here as well. Again, whatever I'm doing up here, I want to do it down below also. I'm just to balance it out and it looks pleasing to the eye. And then I had one here, so that will go there. Push it up a little bit. And I think, oh, I've got one more. I'll put that behind as well. Where this peacock feather is. I'll bring that in as well. So I think with the smaller pieces, I'm going to add on some at the ends, right near the tip. Just turn this around. and a bit of green in colour on each end. And then I may just bring the odd one just before the bow on the inside, just here and then just here. Just to bring us some of this around the front. Like that. And then do the same at the bottom. Just lift up the bow. So I don't think I need any more of that. So let's just get another band and place it around these. So that's them. Right, our conifer, our lovely conifer. I've got fluff everywhere. It's this jacket. See where there's a gap here? Here. I need something what's got a bit of length on it to sit in between there. I don't want it just to look bland, because I know with our poinsettias I want these on the ends, one there and one up there. So then I've formed a triangle with the bow and the poinsettias. So I want to place this just slightly in there, with them being pointy as well. They add that length to them. So we'll place one under here, and I'm placing these conifers on layer 2, where we've got the cypress leaves, the pine needles and the peacocks and this tree pine. That is layer 1, that is at the back. Now on layer 2 I'm coming in front of all of those, so I class that as layer 2. If that helps you better to understand it that way. So I'm coming in front. The cypress leaves. And it's adding that movement as well on the inner side. And in front of these cypress leaves as well. And I'm allowing them to stick out. I don't want them flat. Unless you're doing, you know, a pancake wreath, then you'd need to be making it slightly flat. And then I'm going to place one again near the tip, so we've got like our bookend, so to speak. I'm not going exactly on the tip. It's just coming near, because they're long, they will hang further down. If I place them on the tip, they'd be down here and they'd meet up, and we don't want that. we don't want that, guys. So we're going to go in around here. I'm just bending it upwards a little bit. Because we want something when our poinsettias are in to have some foliage behind them. So that's what we've done. I'm not going to place any more conifer in. I'm just bearing in mind that we need to place our poinsettias in. So I'm trying not to overload it with foliage. If you wish, you could put your floral in now or at the beginning. It's entirely your decision. Whatever you know suits you yourself. I try to like to put a bit of foliage in first, and then at least then I've got some foliage behind the floral. But I try not to overload it. I have to keep reminding myself that the poinsettias are going in there. Right, we've got the rubber textured pine needles or tree pine. And I want to bring these maybe at the back as well, because they've got length. I don't really want the length here, so this, you know, up here or anything. I may bring some slightly in to join in with things, but we're just going to do the back to start with, and then if I've got any left, then I'll hang on to them in case I would like to place them in. And I want these for the movement. Again, you can see lovely movement. And I'm going just before this peacock feather, just slightly bend the tip. Again, I don't want it sticking upright. I want that movement, and then I'm going to place one after the peacock feather as well. Just in this little space here next to the cypress leaf. Just to fill it up. I'm going to place one here. For that little gap there. Excuse me. And then I'm going to bring one here because there's a bit of a gap from this peacock feather to this tree pine. So there's something that missing here. So we need to just get that, you know, with something in. I got one with something in just to fill that little space there. And if you're still not sure, stand back and have a look, and you will see from a distance, you know, a long distance, a short distance, that, you know, what you may need to add in as well, or if there's any gaps. So that's been a little bit longer. I can add that in. Let me just... So it's underneath the bow. So we may use all these on the outer side. And just in front of this peacock as well, like the one on the top. For the movement at the bottom. And then I'll place one on the opposite side of the peacock feather like I did at the top as well. So just underneath. I've got one at the back. I keep seeing glue strings. And then one at the back. So if I just go there, where that one, other one is, like so. I'm not going to use that one. So that's how lovely and we've got it at the moment. I'm going to put the gold in shortly. I just want to be adding other things in. Oh, what's that? I want to see what I want to do with these. So I'm just going to slowly open them slightly. Not too much force. I don't want to snap them. Just to give them that movement. So I'm bending the stem to the right and then back to the left, just to give it a little bit of movement in the main stem. So do I add them in or behind? Let's have a look with the poinsettia. I think in. I'm going to bring just a few of them in. I may bring the odd one on the back. But let me just bend it. I'm just but these that you can pull off, the sprigs, I'm just slightly bending them over. Like so. So it opens them out like that. And then I'm going to the right with the main stem and at the top bending it to the left. So it gives it that curve, you know, of a movement with it. So I'm going to, I think, place one. Because I want a lighter foliage as well. I don't want just dark green foliage. And then I may place one. I may bring them here actually. That one as well as this one under the bow. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to keep the stem as it is. I'm not going to chop it down. Just add that little bit of movement on the inside. Do the same with this one and place it under the bow as well. Just manipulate it a little bit more. Spread it. So we've got, let me see if I'm happy with it, how it's moved. our bow up again. So I've done that with those. I'm just trying to think whether I need any. Let's take that tag off. If I need any just at the back, or do I need one there? Because it's a bit flat here where I've put this pine. So do I cut one down shorter instead of having it too long? Yeah. So I cut that one down just shorter to go there. And I'm just again bending these over. And I'm being careful again so they don't snap, and just giving that main stem a little bit of a movement. So we'll place that one in there. So then it's like you've got your 1, 2, and 3 in your triangle position around your bow. So then that fills that in a little bit more there. So it's like that. So I don't need any more of that. So that's that one. Now our laurel. I'm best taking it off really, instead of being lazy. Right, I want to bring this laurel on the inside because we've got the peacock feathers on the back, and I want to bring this in. And plus with our hydrangeas, they will be going on layer 1 at the back. So I don't want no more, too much gold all around one area. So to break that up, I think you can pull these out. Oh my gosh, guys, I've just pulled it out of the paper bag. Look at the length of the stem on that. How big's that? 7 inches for a stem. I thought there was only going to be tiny. Oh well, that's perfect. So I'm going to just again, just move the leaves on these ones as well. Just give them a bit of movement, front, you know, bring them forward, some back, just for that little bit of a movement. So I think, let's just remind ourselves of the poinsettia. So there. So I'm not going to need that much of a stem. So with this laurel, again, taking into consideration the poinsettia, I'm going to place these. Just bring that stem through there. Let's just have another look. Right, we need to move it. I can hear somebody now. One moment, guys. Hello? Yes, it was a delivery, guys. For me. Again. So I'm going to just bring that laurel a bit further across because it was too much down here. And once I place in this, it was covering the laurel, and I don't want it to do that. So I want that there. In fact, I'm going to put these in. I'll put these in now so I can work my magic around it. Cut it down a bit because I don't want it that long. I'm going to bend the stem before I place it in. Let's put a bit of glue on so it it doesn't flop. I can just get that in. It is quite a thick stem. Now that's too far out. I may have to move it. So let me take that glue off. I'm just going to squash up the poinsettia for now, and then I'll manipulate it once it's in. Let's get all the glue off before I start touching it. So let's go. So it's let me just look at that. That is sitting right. It needs to be bent a little bit inwards. That's better. I'm going to put a laurel on the end as well, because it needs it. It's just lacking a little bit of gold on that end. So pull them out. It's like heaven, this, just being able to pull it out, and you've got a really long stem. I think the stems go longer as you go up the stem. So cut that one down and just place that in here. Push that one in as well. And let's just bring some forward. So we've now got it like that. Doesn't that look divine? That looks absolutely beautiful, and it's the exact colour as my ribbon, and I didn't know that until just now. I never even thought about it. Let's take all these out. What a match made in heaven. I don't want to use the other laurel stem, it's not needed. So let's get the other poinsettia in. I'm going to just squash it up like so, so I can place it in. And that's going in on this end here. So let's just cut that one down. Bend it before I place it in. And that's going there. So then I'm forming my triangle by using the bow as like another flower, because it's shaped like a flower. So I'm using that like it's a poinsettia to form the triangle. So let's just open out the poinsettia leaves, or petals should I say, not leaves. Oh my goodness, that's wrong. And then bring that one there, that one there. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a magnificent colour. That is just stopping it from sitting back. That's better. Guys, oh my gosh, guys, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So let's get another laurel. Just manipulate that and put one either side of the poinsettia like I have done on the bottom. Like so. So let's see where it can go. So one there, and another one there, and then I'll have one in the centre. So one up there. So I'll place this one in. Just move my bow out of the way. That. Like I've done it like so. Excuse me. Just manipulate with this one as well. Back, forward, back, forward, back. And I'm going to place this one where around where the bow is, so that's got a bit of gold around that as well. Put it in a little bit more. I don't want it sticking too far out. Like so. Let's have a look. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh my good gracious me. Now I've got the gold hydrangeas. I want those on the outer side. How many have I got? What, 3? I may have to get some more. 1, I think 1 there, 2, 3. I need 5. I need 5, guys. So let me just move those out of the way so I don't trip on them. If I just grab some more hydrangeas. And just grab this one. Let me get the bag. Oh, I've got one somewhere. Oh, there. That's good. I'll have to put a pick on one of them because I buy them in the head with just the hydrangea heads. So I'll place a pick on. So that's 5. Just give them a little fluffing. Not much is needed. Just spread your fingers through them just to open them up slightly. Make the heads look slightly bigger instead of a tight cluster. There. We may not need the holly because I don't want to overload, so to speak. So that's there. So do I bring that one in a little bit because it's got green in front? If I just place that there. It's high this. I must have it on the highest setting. One up there. Just place them in. One there. We need one under here, a bit of floral. If I can find out to get it in. If it stays, I can feel them moving. I'll just push it. And then one. Now that's sitting a bit more closer too. poinsettia, like so. So it'd be something like that. Doesn't it look so pretty? Oh, I love things like this. Again, I don't think we need those in, no. We don't want those. Then we've got ivy, just for the oddments. We don't need any more of those. So let's get in our poinsettias. I keep calling them poinsettias. Our hydrangeas. So, did it go here, guys? I'm just assuming. Let's just have a look. Lean the head forward. So one there. I'm on my tippy toes. Lean this head forward as well. So you can just see it there. And this one. Like so. And then the one under here, because we need some floral there. I always suggest, if you're going to go for floral like I have around the edge, like this, in this occasion, I've picked bigger heads, because if I put smaller heads in, like small poinsettias in gold, you wouldn't really, they wouldn't give, I don't think, as much as a, you know, elegant out, you know, look. I think by adding bigger heads, I mean, concerning the poinsettia, they're smaller, obviously. But I always say mix small with large to balance it out. That's not fitting in right. It's just not holding. But yeah, I do believe, but again, that's me. That's my own personal opinion. If you want to do an arrangement where it's just all big flowers, you know, there's nothing stopping you. I'm sure it'll look beautiful. But for me, I'm, oops, oh my goodness. I'm all about balance and placement, you know. I like to make sure everything looks pleasing and balanced to the eye. There we go. Just move that one forward a little bit. So that is with our hydrangeas placed in. I was looking if I could use something else instead of the ivy. I don't know. I might stick with the ivy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look with this ivy first before I decide to change my mind. Again, that's on the end, so I'd want one right on the end to basically cloak off this corner. So then it's like the end and nothing. Yeah, I'll put ivy in. I've just noticed it looks better. Looks quite nice. To basically place something there, because then that's showing it's the end of it. Again, this is my opinion, how I think, you know. So by leaving that open there, in my personal, you know, opinion, I feel that I want to put something else there. By finishing it off, because that is the end, by placing a bigger, slightly bigger leaf on the end, then, you know, it's basically showing me that it's closed off. Nothing more needs to go in. And that we've finished. So I'm going to place in this ivy at the end. So that's the finishing bit. Let's do the same on this side, because you can see the wreath there, look, and it's bare. So just, you know, close that off, and also put something on the end just to make it look like it's completely finished. Place something like this on the end, just like that. So now that is green, it's finished. You know, we don't need anything else in there. I made just a bit in filling inside. And I can see it from the back, so I'll place it in from the back. Let me get that a little bit. There's that. I keep seeing, I thought it was a stem, but it's bits of wood. Well, that one was a bit of the wire what went right on the wreath. Oops. Oops a daisy. Let's hope it doesn't unravel. Oh, let's take this off. I mean, and if you want, you could place in your pine needles, anything like that as well. You don't, you know, you don't have to put ivy in. You can place pine needles, anything, if you want it a Christmassy theme. So some sort of like Christmas foliage. And I'm just going behind the poinsettia so that doesn't look bare either. Again, you perhaps can't see me doing it or what it looks like. It's just filling in. Excuse me. My son had this cold for about 2 weeks. Oh, I was so disappointed in him for passing it on to me because I didn't want it for 2 weeks or more. I said to him, oh, when you get to my age, you seem to, when you pick up illnesses, they last for longer than what you have them. He just laughed. So when he came in last night, and I went through a stage where I just couldn't stop coughing. And he just walked in the living room and he asked me if I'd like a cup of coffee. I said, oh, yes, please. And I started coughing again. He just stood there and he went, That's my autistic son. And I just went, go away. Go and make me that coffee and stop taking the mickey out of me. And then he turned around and said, have you still got it? And I says, no, I'm just coughing for the fun of it. I don't like getting a cold. It's not that I can't cope with it. It just, you know, when I've got things to do, I just don't want to be working when I'm full of cold. Well, not don't want to be working. I don't want to be at work having a cold, and, you know, because it does take it out of you. Gives you a bit, you know, you don't feel it. You feel tired sometimes, or you know, fed up with coughing. You end up with headaches. Or is that just me? It's probably just me. But I'll get over it, guys. Just be positive. I'll be fine. Right, I want one more. I'll cut that one a little bit shorter because it's right near this thin tip. So let's just have a look from here. Again, you may see the odd ones popping out. Oh, I see one more. I can see a gap there. So it's best to check, you know, all sides, front and back. If I didn't look, I would have missed this little gap. And it wouldn't look right. And I've just got glue on that leaf. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, what am I like? I can see one there as well. This should be the last one. I see that. Just under there at the top, just behind our bow here. I want a bit of greenery. What's using as depth. Right, let me just, I've got, if you can see near the poinsettia, there's a little gap there, and that's irritating me. I don't want no more ivy, so that's the end of the ivy. I'm going to look in my oddments, what I've got in my oddments bucket below, and if I've got something like a bit of pine or something, I shall use that. Oh my goodness gracious me, I didn't realise how much. Oh gosh. Oh, I found a pine cone. Let's have a look. This never used to be this big, or should I say this full. I think I'm going to use these. Just a little bit of the globe fern, bit pine needle look. And I think if I just press that in there, yeah, that covers that. So then there's one needed here as well. There's a gap there. Yes, so I'm going to do that with those. So we're going to just stick those in. Just to take that little gap off so it doesn't look unfilled. And there was a gap at the top as well. You probably noticed it before me. Just here, there's that gap, there's like a hole there, and I need something to fill that. because it just looks like I've taken something out and not replaced it. So I should place that in there to look like it's finished it off. Let's get that tall ribbon through here. We don't want that hidden, do we? No. Where's so I'm just considering, and I'm going to leave those quite long. I like them quite long. So we're going to leave those. Like that. Let's bring that one back where that one belongs. Just there. So I'm just, you know, getting everything where it should be in place. I think I need another one of those globe ferns. Okay. My goodness gracious me, I'm going to have to go through this, guys. It is really full. I can see some, but they're all singular. Oh, what's that one? Oh, here's one. Where did I say? Did I say here? Well, no, no, I didn't. No, I can see where I said. Here. Let me cut that little prong off so it doesn't catch. Just where the laurel is here, just to add a bit of green. So we'll fluff up now our bow. Let's just give this a little bit of extra curl, like a ringlet. And all I'm doing with it, this is brilliant for ringlets. I'm just going down like that. Okay, just curl it under a little bit. So that, guys, is our project for today, completed in a lovely, fabulous emerald green and gold. What a joy. I love these colours. Absolutely do. So let me just move that to the side. Get rid of all of this, because you know me, silly me. And plus, if my cat comes in, and you know he likes to be up at the front, he will get himself all glittered up and take it in the house. So we'll just wipe that down, guys. And the stand, it's all over the stand. Sorry, I'm very particular. I just don't when I finish, I don't like to leave a lot my rubbish hanging around, you know, for you guys to see the finishing touch. I like you to see it when it's all completed and the area that I'm showing you is all clean, away from any dirt, or as much dirt as possible, that is. So the lady, oh, I forgot to tell you her name, Sarah, who messaged me, I hope that this is a beautiful, well, I know it's a beautiful colour because I'm all green and gold anyway. That's what I have in my house. So I hope that this, you know, meets your expectations, and I hope that you like it. I hope you like the actual rich emerald green we've placed in with the velvet poinsettias. Now, I like velvet poinsettias because I find with it being velvet, it softens the look. You know, I've got other type of poinsettias, you know, just all plain glitter and that, but velvet I find gives off an elegant look and softens, you know, the arrangement that you're doing. It's just, you know, my sort of thing, you know. And then we've got like our conifers, our rough textured tree pine, our peacock feathers, our cypress leaves with a little bit of snow on. Let's bring those back down there. And our pine needles with a bit of flock on them and little pine cones. Oh, I love them. Little pine cones as well. Our ivy that we've placed in. I can't make out whether these are just a fill of foliage or maybe a bit of ruscus. I'm not sure. But they're slightly dusted or waxed. And then we've got our soft textured, let me bend that slightly. Our soft textured tree pine as well. Bring that back here. And our hydrangeas, our tulle ribbon, again, that I've just added in at the last minute after I'd made the bow. I thought, oh, I know what might make it look nice. Let's add a bit of, you know, tulle ribbon without having too much glitz and, you know, glittery things. I thought that may just give it that little bit of extra elegance. And then with our velvet bow and our gold bow with the ruffly edge as well, and just the odd little bit of globe fern added in also, and our beautiful laurel as well. So I hope, you know, that that you enjoyed that, guys. I sure did. The lady didn't say she was going to buy this. She just asked if I could make one. So this is, everything I make is always up for sale. Hence the reason the one behind me where I've got pearls on it and everything, my sister's had. And the one what I've had, the, oh, what was it? Penguin. I had to think then. I was going to say robin. That's gone. So I've only got what's left on here. That's sold on this. So I've only got four wreaths left what are up for sale. I've got to catch up, haven't I? But then again, I've got customer orders to do as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please subscribe, share and like to the world. Oops-a-daisy. To everybody who you know, to all your friends who go to church with you, to all your colleagues, you know, to your doctors, your nurses, whomever, your dentist, anybody really, your neighbours, anybody, guys. I'd much appreciate it. It, you know, really does help my business grow, you know, and to be recognised. That's all I ask for, you know. You know, and also for you to watch my videos as well, and hopefully that it inspires you to make some wonderful creations, and also it may give you some ideas as well. I know a lot of people will say that they don't like people copying their work. I don't mind. I find it's an honour. It really is truly an honour, and and I am so grateful that you guys take out your time, your precious time, to sit and watch my videos. You know, it really is heartwarming and it's very, very touching. You know, it really does mean so much, and I'm truly honoured and grateful, guys. So you know, give it a go. Again, if it's not in these colours, a colour of your choice, you know, just use having a nice big belt and adding a little bit of tulle ribbon or webbed ribbon, you know, or anything like that, or just a little bit extra, and some beautiful velvet, which I guess you all do anyway, you know, or if you don't, you know, beautiful other poinsettias, because you can get some beautiful ones. They don't have to be velvet, you know, and just add in, if you haven't got laurel, you could add in bay leaves instead, because they're very similar shape, you know, excuse me, or sage leaves, things like that. And if you haven't got, like I've got this little thing with the pine cones, if you haven't got anything like that, just use cypress leaves, you know, or fern as well. Fern's beautiful. Fern is one of my favourites as well, you know, or you could use the fern, you could use cedar, or, you know, anything like that, guys. You don't have to exactly have what I've got. You know, if you've got something similar, or you've got an idea, you'd think, well, I don't want to put anything like that, I want to add this in. Do it, guys. Just do it, because then it's your style, you know, it's something you've added to make it look exceptionally beautiful. And I'm sure you're all brilliant at your job, and I'm proud of what you all do. So keep the comments coming, guys. Again, if I don't reply to you straight away, you know, it's because obviously I'm working, and then at night it's family matters, you know, tea, cooking tea and things like that, and then obviously getting settled myself and answering messages and things like that. So I will, if not, you know, if it's not tonight or today, it will be tomorrow without a doubt. I never fail to answer people's messages. So again, if you want to do it in reds and golds, that would be really stunning. A deep burgundy red, guys. Oh my goodness, that would be really nice. And add some berries. Oh yeah, anything. Oh, I keep giving myself ideas. Anything like that, you know, just give it a go and enjoy and have fun. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And if you know, wherever you are, if it's snowing like what we've got, or we've got snow on the ground and it's cold outside because it's -4 here where we are, please stay warm, you know, because I wouldn't like the thought of knowing that somebody, you know, is cold in the house, and, you know, it's, you know, a loved one needs to go and check on the parents or the grandparents or anything, or even the sisters, uncles, whomever. But, you know, just look out for each other in conditions like this when it gets cold. So take care, guys. God bless. And I shall see you tomorrow. And I love you all. Bye for now. Bye-bye. So, oops-a-daisy. Let's just get a closer look of it, shall we then, everyone? Oh my goodness, I've just knocked the light off the stand. So there's the velvet green emerald ribbon with the gold edging. There's the gold ribbon with the fraying. And then the tulle ribbon here, as you can see, like mesh ribbon. You can get that anywhere, guys. You know, even if you just go on Google, or you've got a wholesaler, or even if somebody does, you know, sells deco mesh, I'm sure, because I've seen deco web ribbon, I've got it myself. You can buy it anywhere. And there's the beautiful hydrangeas, and the lovely laurel, and the lovely poinsettia. Look at that. Doesn't that look really rich in colour? Then we've got the conifer, and then our little pine tree with the little pine cones. And we've got under here our rubber textured tree pine, and then this one is the rough texture. So you can see the different textures from this being the rough one to that soft rubbery one. And then we've got here our cypress leaves, and again our peacock feathers. And Oh, we've got our ivy here as well. And we've got this, what looks a bit like parfavolia as well. And then we've got little globe fern that I've just added in just to fill in a few areas and, you know, to make it look complete. So I hope you've enjoyed that, guys, and I hope you like the wreath and that you give it a go. Even if you haven't got a wreath like mine, guys, you know, half of a wreath doesn't matter. Just use a full wreath and just fill in half of it. Having that little bit of a grapevine wreath showing on one side of it, it is beautiful. It gives off that natural look. So give it a go, guys, and have a wonderful day. And please stay warm. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I love you all. God bless. Bye for now.